So this is the 2017 Raptor. I'm just driving around town right now. It's kind of turning sunset, so things might get a little dark here. But once I get out of this traffic, I'm gonna try to put it in the different modes for you. Just do quick pulls. I actually don't know where I am right now. I'm just kind of driving around looking for new spots with open roads or just places with no traffic. You can hear it's a really quiet vehicle. Right now I have it in normal mode. Here, I guess I can put it in sport mode real quick. And I'll put my speed up here. There you go. Hope you can see that. Let's talk about gas mileage. So I filled up, let me go to my stats real quick. I'm going to put it back in normal mode for now because it's holding my RPMs up a little higher than necessary. So it says I have 14.1 miles per gallon average right now and 246 miles to empty. I've got about 3/4 of a tank left. This is the super cab version of the truck, so I have the 26 gallon tank and not the 36 gallon tank. So I kind of wish I had the bigger tank, but that's the only option they offered for this configuration. If I go into trip 1, that's the one that I've not reset since I bought the truck. So I have 2,421 miles on the truck. I've had it for about 3 weeks now. And it says my lifetime average is 14.9 miles per gallon. So almost 15, not terrible, not great. I think that's about what I expected out of the Raptor. I do kind of have a heavy foot, so I'm not surprised that I'm not seeing 18 or 19 miles per gallon. I can get up that high, but you have to be on a straight road, and I have to be going 55 or 60. Just very small throttle inputs drop your mileage a lot in this truck. And then my last tank has 110 miles on it, and that's the one that I averaged 14.1 on. See, so it just did the start-stop. That does actually save a lot of gas. A lot of people will either hit the switch every time they get in to disable it, or they will, there's a bunch of ways to override it. You can put a hard wire in the switch up there that just continues the circuit so it thinks the switch has been pressed. You can also install something on the trailer hitch plug-in, like where you're plugging your trailer lights. Some people have little plugins they put in there so it thinks you have a trailer, and it won't do auto start stop. But then you lose your rear cameras and sensors. They start disengaging, deactivating. So yeah, I'm trying to embrace it because Ford has said that all of their vehicles are going to have this in a couple years, and I know everyone in Europe already has been using it, so might as well get used to it. It actually does save some fuel economy, a little bit of gas when you're stopped at red lights and stuff like that. Now, when you're in normal mode on the transmission, it will skip shift, so it'll go from first to third to fifth, and then I think after fifth it will start hitting every gear. Ooh, this is a sharp turn, and now the road is gravel. I guess it's a good vehicle to have out here. But yeah, it'll skip shift the lower gears up to 7th gear, whereas if you put it in sport mode, it will hit every single gear. It's very, it's not noticeable at all when it's in normal mode and it's skipping the gears. It feels just like any other vehicle. It just doesn't have all that power, the that you're used to in sport mode, since it tries to lug the RPMs down pretty well. A lot of gravel, I just don't want to, chip up the paint or anything, or scratch it. If it was dirt, it's one thing, but gravel's different. So I think I'm going to turn around right here. Let this car pass. I know everyone complains about the sound of the V6 and whines about it. It's easy to say when you're online and just watching videos of the vehicle that, yeah, it doesn't sound so great. But when you take one of these for a spin, especially after driving the V8 version, yeah, that was a great truck. I love the sound of the engine, but power completely makes up for it. Power and torque. And just the whole driving feel, this vehicle feels completely different than the old Raptor, as you've heard on every other review. But yeah, the interior sound is actually not bad at all. I'm sure it's no V8, but it does have a throaty sound on the inside with the sound augmentation that Ford has done. From the outside, it's a little bit of a different story. Yeah, it doesn't sound as great outside, but that's what happens when you put two big turbos on a V6, and it's really muffled sounding. There's not a lot of throaty exhaust sound on the outside. It is a little bit raspy. So I'm gonna get on a little so you can hear the engine. You hear turbos a lot. I'm not sure if they'll pick up in the video or not. That was about half throttle. I can hear a bunch of rocks stuck in the back somewhere rolling around from driving through that gravel a second ago. One thing I really enjoy about the truck is all the turbo noise you hear on the inside. You hear when you're at very low RPMs and you kind of roll into the throttle slowly and it doesn't shift, it just stays in the gear. You really hear the wastegates popping open, and you can hear the turbo spooling up. And then same thing when you're hard on the gas and you let off, you can hear the wastegates pop open also. Very cool sounds from the engine. I like them a lot.